Yeah, so you know what? I actually wanted to make another video because the last one, I actually want people to actually hear what actually happened to that sister that worked for NYU for almost, what they say, 30 years? Because I know a lot of people probably aren't going to actually take the time to actually read the article. So, just bear with me. Watch this to the end. And then understand that this type of thing happens in this institution on a daily basis. And I know this because I myself have experienced this. And that's why I started saying transparency forces accountability and realize. This is why I started documenting my life every day at work, because of what I was experiencing. And what I went through was nothing compared to what this sister went through. And you know, it's unfortunate because she's gone and now her family continues to suffer. And, you know, rest in peace to her. And like, it's just a crazy situation. But yeah, just pay attention right quick and I'll come back.
Allegedly fired by NYU Langone after cancer diagnosis, dies months later. Published by nurse.org. For 13 years, Lisa White was a familiar presence in the emergency department at NYU Langone Health's Brooklyn Hospital. With a doctorate of nursing practice and nearly 30 years of service to New York's tri-state area, White's dedication to patient care was widely recognized by her peers. Last fall, her life changed dramatically. Just weeks after a hip surgery and while on disability leave, White was diagnosed with a rare and aggressive bone cancer called sarcomatoid carcinoma. Facing cancer and career uncertainty, Lisa's experience. She began a difficult treatment journey, including urgent spinal surgery, radiation, and ultimately chemotherapy at NYU Langone's Perlmutter Cancer Center. As she focused on survival, her employer contacted her about the hospital's policy limiting disability leave to 6 months, which would end in February. According to sources, although White's physician requested an extension for further recovery and treatment, NYU Langone did not respond to this request. White's sister, Joanna White Oldham, acting as her power of attorney, received confirmation from New York Life Insurance that Lisa was approved for long-term disability benefits. However, only a week after that approval, NYU Langone terminated White's employment in March 2024. White described her shock at the termination, believing her leave benefits ensured job security. She passed away in hospice care on June 30, 2025, at age 50. Lisa's experience isn't isolated. There are reports of multiple lawsuits and complaints from NYU Langone employees who have faced termination or alleged mistreatment after receiving serious medical diagnoses or requesting extended leave. Her sister has since spoken publicly about workplace culture and is advocating for transparency and support for healthcare workers facing illness. NYU Langone said it could not comment on the specifics of Lisa White's case, but their NYU Langone Health's official non-discrimination policy is posted online. A nurse's perspective. As fellow nurses, Lisa White's story encourages thoughtful reflection. We dedicate ourselves to advocating for patients and providing compassionate care through every challenge. Stories like Lisa's prompt us to consider how support and respect are extended to nurses themselves during times of personal hardship. These experiences highlight the importance of fostering a workplace culture where all healthcare professionals feel valued and safe, regardless of their circumstances. Advocacy in nursing goes beyond patient care. It includes supporting each other as colleagues. Building a respectful and supportive environment ensures that every nurse can work and heal with dignity, on both sides of the hospital bed.
So yeah, there it is, right? These are the type of games that I like to play with people's lives. And when I tell you, she is not the first, she's not the last, just like I wasn't the first, and I wasn't the last. I still speak to coworkers that literally tell me that the ones that wanted to write statements for me were scared of retaliation because they saw what I went through. And trust me, I get it and I understand, right? I just got to a point where my dignity, none of that was worth a dollar anymore, and I just wasn't going to tolerate it anymore, right? But if you see here, imagine all the other things that go on behind closed doors that are swept under the rug or an NDA is signed and no one ever hears about. Go do a Google search of the 10 nurses that tried to bring a class action lawsuit that they got thrown out. because it was over racist activities. This type of thing happens, and it ain't just us. It's everybody, trust me. Because I worked with a lot of therapists that dealt with a lot of bullshit. But yeah, if any of this resonates, by all means, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Boy, it's wild. But yeah, transparency forces accountability. Realize. You guys just start to keep their head on the swivel. Because I'm telling you, these demons out here are wicked. And learn to protect yourself, right? Learn the laws of the land. Learn the laws of your state, because sometimes they're different from federal laws, right? And always remember, there are times where federal law trumps state law. So learn to protect yourselves. And remember, New York's a one-party state. So when you go in these offices with these people like these managers, or if you have union reps and shit that don't want to help you, just start recording everything, because in New York State, it's a one-party state, and you got a right to. That's how you protect yourself. Trust me, I did it, and I got 6 terabytes just waiting for my day. Yeah, I'll be safe out there, man, because it's dangerous.